always thought it's a great idea if you had like a castle, not a huge one, a regular one, and you turn it into a board game cafe slash gameplay area. Don't you think that's cool? What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Life of a Board Gamer. My name is Daniel. Today we are not going to renovate any castles in the board games, even though that would be cool, but we are going to talk about Castello METHONI. It is an area building control game, not sure how to classify it correctly. Let's go down to the table, let me show you what's inside the box, and then we'll talk some more about it. Okay, so let's check it out. Okay, first of all, you get rules in two different languages, and these are pretty easy rules, nothing spectacular, like 2.5 pages of rules, and this is basically just the setup for the game, which is super awesome. This is really not a complex game to learn how to play. So we have a board. This is the main board where everything will happen, and as you can see, there is all kinds of different terrains, and you will play the cards and play the walls on these areas that are these lines. You will place some walls, and once you enclose an area, you will take control of it and maybe lose it throughout the game. And yeah, and how do you do that? Well, you do that by playing these lovely components. Now, first of all, these are all plastic components. These are really sturdy, nice plastic components. So you will get a bunch of these walls. You will put these walls when it's your turn. And on your turn, when you put a wall, you will decide on one side you will put one of your houses. And these are the small houses, these little cubes. And the other player will put house on the other side, depending who's sitting left and right of you, which I find super interesting mechanic. Also, you will build some forts and you will build some mansions. Let me just quickly take them out and show you. But basically, these are really, they have some level of details, nothing spectacular, but they look really nice. Even on a table, when the board is finished, it looks super cool. And then you have this like big mansions, and these mansions are awesome stuff. They just keep your properties safe from all the other players. And as I already told you, you get these cubes. Each player will get one color. These are like your starting small houses, and then you will upgrade to these big guy stuff. You get some cardboard coins, nothing to write about. These are really just nice cardboard coins. They could be a little bit thicker, but it's not like you are meddling with them a lot. I mean, you do, but they're really fine. They serve their purpose, and that's what they do. You will get some little score sheet, so you can tally up your score once you are done with the game. And this is the main drive of the game. These cards is how you play this game. So you have these are your end game goals. So depending which territories you own, you will get some extra points for these three types of territories, or these three types depending which card you draw. These are selected randomly at the start of the game, and you have them throughout the game. And you have these terrain type cards, which basically means if you play this, you must put a wall on a terrain near the terrain of this type, or maybe it's stones, or this dirt, just, or I don't know, whatever they represent. Not really sure right now about the names. There's some marketplaces that you can find on the board that gives you some extra coins and stuff like that. But yeah, basically that's everything that comes in a box of Castello METHONI. Okay, so that was Castello METHONI, and yeah, this game reminded me of the game that is out of print, and I don't think it will be in print anymore. It is called Walled City. They're really similar, but this one has some differences to the gameplay and everything, but you can kind of compare them. But we're going to talk about the Castello METHONI. I just love the mechanic where you decide where you want to put the wall, and then on one side you put one of your houses, and on the other side you have to put the house of one of your opponents on your left or on your right. I think that is super interesting mechanic, and you decide which opponent you want to put their house on the other side of the wall. And I find that super interesting mechanic, because you're constantly looking, okay, if I don't give him the this house, he won't let me put a house when his turn. He will choose the other player, but then again, I don't want him to put a house, because that way I'm hurting myself, because I'm giving them the area that maybe I want for myself. And I really like that. The player interaction is super awesome. First time you play it, you go for the mentions like crazy. You think like, oh, that's expensive. Then you change your mind really quickly about it. And yeah, overall, it is pretty simple yet pretty strategic game, where you are playing your pieces and another player's pieces. I find it really hard to explain how this game works, but I definitely encourage you to try this one, because it is super interesting. There is these cards that you play, so you can call it maybe a little bit of random, but it's like super low. And the component themselves look super awesome. These 3D walls, these are not just like, they could be just cardboard walls or anything, but they are really 3D plastic pieces, and I really like that. All dimensions and everything looks really cool. When the board is finished, the board looks really nice. But yeah, overall, I really enjoyed this one. It gave me a feeling of that walled city. I think that game is no longer in print. It is hard to get. It is super expensive to find from Mercury Games, if I'm not mistaken. I have it on my shelf. Yes, I am the proud owner of that game. I really like that game, and this one you can find almost anywhere, because it's 2019 release. Presumably you are watching this in 2019. Maybe it's 2020. We are near 2020. But yeah, if you always liked Walled City but you cannot find it anywhere, this could be a great replacement for that. So go definitely check this one out. It's super fun, super strategic, how you play other players and all that. It is just great fun. So yeah, thank you all for watching, thank you all for subscribing. That is that, and until next time. Pozdrav. Well, let me show you what's inside this box. This box. Oh my god, the word is escaping me. These are like those, I don't know, or whatever in it. So you own that area of sorts. But in this game, think before you speak. Mantra of the day. This video was brought to you by philibertnet.com, the game in all its states.